What's up, YouTube? Coming at you with another Zelda speed modeling.
More Zelda!
We've done Young Link, Deku Link, Goron Link, Zora Link, Patreon voted, and the next model is going to be Fierce Deity Link. Who saw that coming?
Still haven't finished the game.
You still haven't finished the game.
It's
been how long since the last time we recorded?
No, I haven't finished Ocarina of Time.
So you haven't even started Majora's Mask?
No.
Okay.
No, but I'm excited for that one. I am. Oh my god, he's already rigged up.
Yeah, so kind of a similar process as the other ones, where I start with Young Link and I just kind of morph him. I like how the game does it.
Ooh,
but the difference this time around is there's not actually a turnaround reference for Fierce Deity Link, but I happen to know that he's pretty much the same model as the regular Ocarina of Time adult Link.
Yeah.
So I'm just using that as like my basis.
Isn't he also a skin in Smash?
Yeah, he is.
Is it like accurate enough?
It's okay. I mean, it's a recolor. There's a lot of details in the actual character that aren't going to be in Smash because they only get to change the colors.
Speaking of which, new Smash game, guys, fix that shit.
What do you mean?
Make more than just a little bit of recolors. It doesn't have to change the hitboxes too crazy.
Oh, you're saying the next time they make a Smash game?
Yeah, which didn't he say he's not gonna? He as in Mr. Nintendo.
He says that pretty much every Smash game. Like he said that with Brawl back in the day.
He's so tired.
Well, he's working on Kirby Air right now. So
oh yeah,
gets a little bit of a break, and he took some time off to make a YouTube channel, become a YouTuber for a bit.
We'll probably have him on soon.
Yeah, next recording, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna model Kirby.
No, it's like modeled Banjo-Kazooie. He's like, I don't.
Uh-huh.
You guys should have invited me for something different.
Yeah, I don't think he worked on Majora's Mask.
I thought he was Mr. Nintendo.
He is Mr. Nintendo.
But I'm more excited for a new Kirby Air Ride than I am for the new Mario Kart.
Is it like the price, or is it just like how the game is?
Honestly, I haven't been excited for a Mario Kart since what was 7 on the Wii.
7 was on the 3DS. I think Mario Kart Wii is technically like 5.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that was like the last one I played a lot of. I didn't really play much of 8, and I think I only played with you, and you played a lot, and you just kept beating my ass. It's like, I don't want to play this fucking game.
No?
Which I like that one, but I still think Double Dash is my favorite, which is like boomer type mentality.
Well, yeah, dude, you're a GameCube guy.
I'm a GameCube guy.
You grew up with the GameCube.
I did. Well, I grew up with the 64, but I didn't like Mario Kart 64 because it sucked at
Yeah, no, I feel that.
And there's more I also love the idea of having 2 characters at once, because then I'd have Birdo and Yoshi, dude.
Right.
It was sick.
You love Birdo, too.
Even though their specials suck.
A big hole.
Big hole fan. No, cut that out, dude. No, Double Dash is cool, but a lot of what is changing in the new Mario Kart, I feel like, just isn't that exciting. They're like, you can drive to the next map, and I'm like, okay, why? Like, I don't know.
I feel like that's personally exciting for me because I have a lot of memories of like in Double Dash playing by myself when my siblings don't want to play with me.
Yeah.
And just driving around the course.
I mean,
like in free roam.
It is a cool idea. You like finding secrets and discoveries. I like that moment to moment, like the impact of what I'm doing.
Gotcha. That's why it took so much longer to play through Elden Ring.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to.
You're trying to get to the end. I'm trying to find all the caves.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm fighting the same fucking bosses every time in the caves. This game sucks. So I was like, yeah, stop doing that.
I love Elden Ring though. I wish modern Zelda was more like Elden Ring. I think Miyazaki takes a lot of inspiration from Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
And I wish that kind of flipped now, because I feel like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are cool, but I'm not really into them at all.
Yeah,
from a gameplay perspective, it's cool, but it doesn't really feel like a Zelda game.
Yeah, I bought Tears of the Kingdom, but never played it.
I bought Tears of the Kingdom technically twice, because I also bought the collector's edition on like Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, I remember you asking me about that.
Well, I was trying to figure out if I could get that as a gift for anybody. I was like, I want the art book and stuff, but I don't need the game again. Does anybody want Tears of the Kingdom?
Want the game?
And
yeah.
Nobody said yes.
That's so bad.
The art book's cool.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
I like Breath of the Wild, but I also don't like when too much of the fun is based on how smart I am at building rockets and Tears of the Kingdom and shit. Yeah. I don't want to be building my fun. Like, personally, I understand why that's really cool and awesome. I suck at that.
You want the game to be a little bit more guided?
not even guided. I just don't want to, like, the whole reason for me to have fun is to build something. It's kind of like why I never got Super Mario Maker.
Right.
I mean, now I love Super Mario Maker, but I was always like, what, I have to make my own levels? But that's like the whole idea of it. I like my slop. That's also why I'm like a roguelike kid. I like to be immediately in the action. I don't need too much of a story.
That's probably why it's hard for you to get into Zelda games then, huh?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of padding right at the beginning for a lot of them, and even when you do get to the action, it's mostly like solving puzzles. The combat's never been super impressive.
I guess I never really did a lot of puzzle solving games, like other than the original like Resident Evil was kind of like that, but there was also like moment to moment gunplay.
Right.
I think about like Super Mario 64, really like those kinds of games where like that was exploring, but also there's set levels and you can only explore so far before you hit a border. I hate, like, people are like, oh, see that mountain over there? You can go to that.
Like, but there's so much shit in between.
Yeah, I swear to God, you could watch me like I'm the worst mouse in like a maze trap they would put like cheese, and I'll avoid all the cheese, and I'll be like, I'm just finding balls. This sucks.
Side note, I don't know if you've been really paying attention to the video much at all.
No,
but I've been working on this fucking chess piece for like almost the entire time.
I did notice that part actually. I was wondering.
This shit was.
Is it just the rivets and the abs?
I mean, all of it, because I'm trying to really like keep the same proportions as the Adult Link reference, but also I want to make it look like the Fierce Deity art of his arms up holding the sword. And that reference, he looks like super chesty, super buff, you know. So I'm wanting to reflect that in here, but when I'm seeing the full model on the right there, it seems like every change I make either makes him look way too top heavy or like fat somehow.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I want the entire chess piece to be one object rather than multiple.
Yeah, so it kind of has like a layered effect.
Yeah, so the topology was kind of difficult and the shape was kind of difficult, especially because I wanted the arms to be able to move from inside the holes.
Yeah. Like a vest would be.
Everything's got to line up pretty exactly. And here I am unwrapping it so I can apply the texture.
What's up with the symbols on this chest?
I don't know. It's probably just kind of arbitrary. I mean, at the point where you get this mask, you're inside the moon. So there's a moon symbol there, and there's a triangle, which is like, you know, the Zelda series has the Triforce. So the symbol of a triangle is very much kind of a divine, a holy symbol.
Yeah. I know. I just was thinking about the moon. I was like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
I forgot also that's the whole thing you're worried about in Majora's Mask. Well, because you take the moon and you take the sun.
You take everything that seems like fun.
That's pretty good.
And like Majora's Mask is such an interesting game because there's so much lore, but there's also like not a lot of lore.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's why people really like Dark Souls lore, because you have to like infer a lot of what's going on.
There's a lot of inference.
And I feel like that's kind of similar to Zelda in some ways.
Yeah, I like games that give you crumbs to kind of put together a larger narrative. What I don't like is when there's no thought put into those crumbs, which Tears of the Kingdom does this a lot. Like, they give you a lot of crumbs, but none of them mean anything, because they're kind of incoherent when you put them together.
Do you have an example of that?
Well, I mean, a lot of the examples are mostly how it connects to other games. Like, the Zelda timeline is a big thing. And
it's almost like Marvel movies.
Yeah, I mean, imagine it's Marvel movies, but like they don't say specifically that it's not connected to anything. They just kind of wave their hands and like, oh, maybe it's connected, but it's obviously not. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but they keep wanting to reuse characters and names of things and themes. Like, if you want it to be a new thing, that's fine, but if you're reusing a lot of these elements that people are familiar with, there's like a certain amount of expectation, like what the lore is.
Yeah, some continuity.
Yeah, so like Tears of the Kingdom does this really early on. It gives you a lot of really lore heavy implications from the rest of the series, given some of the naming that they do. And then it turns out all of it's like new information and is contradictory to everything that's been established before. And then even in the game, it doesn't even really connect to Breath of the Wild the way it's set up. It's like it assumes that you didn't play Breath of the Wild and nobody knows who you are, which doesn't even make sense from the context. And everybody in the game, you know, is familiar with the fact that you defeated Calamity Ganon, but they still don't know who you are.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom.
It's so annoying.
Has there been any news about another Legend of Zelda game?
No, but I mean, they seem like they keep taking longer and longer to make. Probably the next one's gonna come out 6 or 7 years after Tears of the Kingdom, and I think Tears of the Kingdom released in 2022, 2023. So we're looking at probably another 4 years till it comes out at very least, which means that they probably won't announce it for probably at soonest another year. And with the way that the Switch 2 situation's going on, like, I don't really even think they need to tell people at this point, you know? If the Switch 2 is doing badly, it might be, you know, good for shareholders to be like, oh, we're making the next Zelda game, and here's like a teaser trailer, like they did with what was back then Breath of the Wild 2. And speaking of things that suck, this sword also gave me kind of a headache, because like there's simultaneously a lot of references for it and like not very much, and it's difficult to tell when the planes are together versus apart.
It's a cool ass sword though.
Yeah, it's another thing that's like difficult to scale with the rest of the body to make him look cool, because it's a cool character, but I also don't want him to look goofy. It's a very like...
Would having it too big or too small be goofy?
If it's too small, then it's like, look at this dinky little thing, but if it's too big, it's like, how does he even hold that, you know?
Some berserk type shit. It wasn't even a sword.
Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of proportion issues I was struggling with.
Was that the last of the Zelda models that you have so far?
Yeah, so that's the end of the Majora's Mask series.
He turned blue.
Yeah, he shoots like
Nice.
beams out of his sword.
Oh, like in
the game.
Oh, okay. He's got little baby knees.
Yeah. So my knees look like at the gym, dude.
Dude, put in a picture of your baby knees if you're not scared.
Yeah, attach it in the YouTube comments down below. Show us what your baby knees look like.
No, this looks really good though.
Thanks, man. I think it turned out well. A dude swinging a two-handed sword is pretty difficult to animate, so I was looking for reference in the game of how he does
the whole
that.
torso would have to turn to keep both hands on the blade.
Yeah, and like the shoulders get kind of fucked. So
yeah.
in my seeking of reference in the actual game, I noticed that he actually only swings with one arm, which was godsend.
Oh, that's sick. See, I feel like this would lend pretty well to being
Yeah,
it's pretty chunky,
it's pretty chunky.
especially like the sword. And yeah, I feel like that's a good size.
Especially like this pose, like would probably hold up pretty well.
Yeah, because the sword is like holding up the other, like, because the 2 feet and then the sword would also be like on the ground to hold it up. I never really noticed that figurines had to be able to stand up, because I never got a bunch until my girlfriend started getting a ton.
And then here's the classic Fierce Deity pose.
Ooh, that's the end of the Majora's Mask saga.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for now.
For now. Well, I mean, yeah.
If you want to join the Patreon and tell me to do more Majora's Mask models, I would fucking faint, dude. I would love that.
You sound excited.
It's my favorite game, so any model from that would be awesome to make. So again, you know, like if you want to join the Patreon, it's $3 a month to be able to vote in polls, $1 a month to be able to just see what's going on, and you can get access to so many models, dude. There's all of the Super Mario RPG ones, all of the Majora's Mask ones, all of the Chrono Trigger ones.
You could play with all these models. You could make them kiss if you want.
You can make them kiss if you want.
We're not going to stop you. You can send it to us.
Yeah. Thanks to our patrons.
I love my Patreons.
Halvard Bringer. Jade D Anime.
Jade Anime.
The Solar Bear.
Love the Solar Bear.
Alberto.
Classy.
Cell Zero
X. Mwah.
Douglas Morris.
My boy.
Jacob Bond. Jiwan. Moon.
Classy ×2.
Pit Penguin 123.
Yeah, Pit Penguin.
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you guys
so much for supporting us. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mwah.
Remember to smash that fucking like button.
Destroy it.
And keep us in your thoughts and prayers, dude. I wanna see everybody watching this video 4 times.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.